Are you dealing with self-talk? Are you frustrated by where you're at and just dealing with some negative mindset? Well, if so, you do not want to miss this episode of the EntreFit podcast. Do you want to create, market, or scale your online fitness business? My name's Sean Garner, and here we give real fit pros the tips, tools, and strategies they need to succeed online. Welcome to the EntreFit podcast. What is up, guys, and welcome to the EntreFit podcast. If you are brand new, man, I hope this adds tons of value to you and you consider subscribing. If you're returning, hey, thanks so much for being a part of our remote EntreFit fam. So this is something that I have seen so many, not just fitness professionals, but people struggle with. The self-talk, the negative mindset, the what do I do when all the things that are going around me seem to be going wrong. It's all out of my control, and you're just dealing with this mindset and frustration. If that is you, this episode is 100% for you, and definitely probably going to be one you're going to want to save so you can go back and just listen to later. So I had a client that was dealing with this exact same thing, and I shared with the group on one of our coaching calls a couple of weeks ago how I personally deal with this, some things that I do and that have worked for me, and it added so much value to everyone. I thought, hey, let's not keep this a secret. Let's share it with everybody else in the world. So here we are, guys. This is going to be actually an excerpt from one of our group coaching calls. If you're listening to this and then you are like, hey, that actually is something I want to be a part of. I want to get some of that. Not only do we get awesome stuff just like this, we've got a whole suite of course materials and then coaching calls that we do like this every single week for members of the EntreFit coaching program. So if you're a real fitness professional who's ready to create, market, or scale their online fitness business, hey, guess what? You can get the EntreFit coaching program for just $1. Yeah, if you want to know how to get the program for just $1 for 1 week, shoot me a DM, shoot us a text at our go to entrefitcoaching.com, find out all that information, guys. Schedule your blueprint strategy call. If you're a real fitness professional, we'll get you everything you need. So here we go, guys. Let's dig into this episode. This is going to be a good one. It's short and it's sweet. It's 10 minutes. You're going to be fired up. I'm knocking my microphone over here, ready to take on the day after you listen to this. So the question is, how do I deal with this negative mindset? Let's check it out. There you go.
Yes. I majorly just honestly struggling with today mindset issues. So anything, I just got bombarded with lots of things. It threw me off course. I didn't accomplish what I wanted when I had a cancellation, and I have things that are out of my control, and that's where I am.
That's so good. I'm going to come TBD on that. I'm going to come back to that real quick because that's part of what I want to talk about. That is what I've been I'll talk about it now. So that's what I have been devoting a lot of my personal time to right now is I don't think that there's very few things that I would say that I'm great at. One of them is I am extremely disciplined and I can persevere and push. I can push myself to the point of near death to get something done, but it only happens it doesn't happen until I actually decide to do it. So for example, my personal fitness, I was talking to you guys about this a couple of weeks ago, has suffered dramatically. And I've put on 20, 25 pounds since we moved to Oklahoma in the past year. But a month, it's about 2.5 weeks ago, I decided that wasn't going to work for me anymore. And as soon as I did that, man, weighing and measuring all of my food, working out, walking several miles a day, I flipped that switch. That is something I'm trying to learn how to cultivate and teach others how to do, because I love all you guys. I don't know a nice way to say it other than just sometimes you got to suck it up and push through it. And there's not a fluffy rainbow answer to this. It sucks sometimes. Being a business owner sucks sometimes. Going through life sucks sometimes. But you can sit there and you can dwell on the suck, or you can make a decision that's not how your mindset's going to be. That's not what you're going to choose to focus on. Because at the end of the day, it's a choice. You're choosing to focus on those things versus all the other positive things. I mean, Carrie, on our call, literally our call 2 days ago, you were laughing almost in tears, can't believing how well this thing is working, right? So you can choose to focus on what you put your mindset in. And it's just making that decision and making that be the focal point and priority, and choosing not to. I have found this personally, and with other people that I know, we tend to believe ourselves for more so for the lies we tell ourselves than the truth that we are and experience. So it's easy for us to tell ourselves these negative thoughts, and it's almost easier for us to buy into that. Like, oh, it's just one of those days. And then you start telling yourself it's one of those days, and then guess what? It freaking becomes one of those days. And you start saying, oh, this is so difficult, or oh man, like I don't know if I should be doing this. And then you talk yourself into, I shouldn't be doing this. That is so much easier for us to do versus the opposite of that, which is wake up and be like, man, I'm freaking called for this. Like, I'm here to serve my clients. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to add value today. It doesn't matter what happens to me. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to give it my all. You know, obstacles or blockers may come up, but guess what? That's just a freaking challenge I'm going to overcome today. And you can choose to make that be your mindset and know that nothing is going to stop you, and you will crush and dominate anything that gets in your way. Or you can have a big party for yourself. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it. And maybe that probably is honestly a watered down version than because you guys see smiling Sean all the time. Internally, Sean is a fierce warrior killer with an outside smile. But no, Carrie, you're awesome, girl. You gotta, do you have any daily declarations that you tell yourself?
I just do scripture reading and meditation, and I have incorporated that in the past. It's a good idea. I have a bunch of lists of different things like that I could start doing again.
I will tell you this. So this, we'll get it. Let's go a little, we'll get a little personal here for a second. Whenever you do, especially since you brought up scripture stuff, do you verbalize those scriptures, or do you just read them and think about them?
Sometimes I read them and think about them. That's what I do. So
I would say death, you guys know this, death and life are in the power of the tongue. There is so much power when you actually speak those things out. When you just keep everything in your head, now it has the same, this is obviously my personal beliefs. Now that has the same value as the negative thoughts that you hear inside of your head. You don't often speak the negative thoughts, you think the negative thoughts. So if you're just thinking negative and then you also just think positive, well, those thoughts, this is my advanced redneck Oklahoma psychology, those are now equal because they're being done the same way. Versus if you choose to just think the negative, like negative thoughts are going to come, it's when you speak them is when you give them power. So if you want your positive to have more benefit than your negative, speak it and verbalize that aspect of it, because the more you start speaking the positive, the more it crushes and overshadows the negative, because now those words have more power than the negative ones that you just choose to dwell in your head. Because I would say this, I'm sure that there's a way, but I don't think that it's possible to control every input that comes in your mind. Thoughts just happen. However, it is very possible to control what comes out of here. So you can speak life into yourself and to others. Negative thoughts are going to come in. It's what you choose to do with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes 100% sense. I like the speaking aloud. Yeah.
You got it. You got to speak out loud. I go out and I start my morning out in the back patio whenever it's spring, and not so much in Oklahoma winters, but in the morning time whenever I can, and I'm out there talking to myself and saying all this stuff. I have a daily declaration that I say I'll tell it to you guys right now. Here, we'll get real and personal. So this is what I say to hype myself up in the morning. I got it in my phone, say it every single day. I say, I write personal beliefs because I very much, you guys want to know the secret to why I'm always so positive and happy all the time? Very much believe it's this. I say this every single day. So I wake up, after I do my devotion, prayer time, meditation, breath work, Just quiet time, not stare. The biggest mistake you guys can make starting your day is looking at social media first. Don't do that. Get your mindset and everything else right. So I wake up and after I do all that stuff, my daily declarations are, I am a child of God. He loves me and has designed me for a special, huge calling on my life. I am blessed and highly favored. No weapon formed against me can stop me. I love my wife. She's right there. She's a blessing and a gift from God, and I will love and serve her with all that I am. I love my children. I will love and lead them to serve Christ with all their heart. I radiate energy. People get energized just by being around me. I add massive value to others in the way that I live my life, and I will speak life into others and recognize them for their unique gifts. I live a life of irrational generosity. I will give and bless others with the blessings that God has provided me. I am a warrior, a mighty man of God. Winter is my season. This is my time. I will not be denied. I will dominate and crush this day along with anything that stands in my way. I have high standards for all that I do, and I always find a way to victory. I have decided that nothing can stop me. I'm a warrior. Let's go. Have an awesome day. I say that every day. And it gets me pumped up. Carrie's fired up.
I'm getting pumped up.
You have to do that for yourself. So imagine hearing that every single day. Like, no wonder, like, you can wake up early and get fired up and inspired to go out there and do these things. Because guess what? I do that, around, let's say 5 a.m., 5:15 by the time I get to this part of my day. 5:16 could suck. 5:17 could suck. The rest of the day could suck and be really difficult. But if I've at least started out my day with a solid foundation of this stuff, hey, it's going to be a pretty good day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
You're fired up. Now you can go talk to some, you're going to go run into some Pilates session now going, come on, let's go. So I hope that got you guys fired up, because you can see now how I start my mornings and just kind of my mindset on what I do and how I kind of approach things. As you will not be able to control very much of your day. So take control of the stuff that you can. Wake up early, get your mindset right, get focused on the real truth about yourself and who you are and that you are called for this. So guys, hope this spoke to you, added value to you guys, and got you fired up to go take on your day and your life and just go crush it. So guys, thank you so much for listening. Man, if this would add value to another fellow Fit Pro, share this with them, because our mission here is to really help the industry, the real Fit Pros, to just crush it online with their business. Guys, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you on the next episode, and have an awesome day.